What is going on, people? I am here for, if you couldn't tell by the title, Movie Talk Monday. I guess that's what I'll call it. Whether it's talking about movies I picked up, whether it's talking about movies that I want, about movies that you guys want to see, whether it's talking about people who are going to have on the Dorkening, this is going to be my main live day where I talk about everything movie related, what I picked up, reviews and stuff. Tomorrow is going to start my 31 days half October series on my YouTube channel where I do uh, horror movie reviews for the entire month October. So we got that. Like I said, win a movie today. I gave away 2 movies last week. I want to try to, like I said, I got a whole bunch of movies. I got a whole box right next to me that I got doubles of and such. So I want to give a movie away today. Tomorrow we will have Lloyd Kaufman on the Dorkening, which I'll talk about that when I see people in here. I want to talk about the movie I was excited for. I was excited to get, and I guess the male people just don't care too much about shipping and stuff because I got the Terrifier Steelbook that I've been waiting for like a month and a half, but as you can, it's dented to all hell. So when I picked up the Terrifier Steel or opened the Terrifier Steelbook, it's completely dented. So I emailed Epic Pictures or Dread Central or whoever it is that's send them out. But this I was excited to get. It is in essence a cool looking steelbook. The back's pretty cool, the front's pretty cool, but like I said, it's almost a V-shaped dent kind of deal. Like it's gigantic. So once I opened up the steelbook, I was, let's just say, I'm kind of disappointed in the shape that it came in. So yeah. So hopefully, like I said, I emailed Epic Pictures, so hopefully they get back to me relatively soon, so I can see if I can get a new steelbook. So anyway, that's a one thing out of the way. Like I said, if you couldn't tell by the title, I'm giving away some movie. We'll see. Last time I gave away 2 movies. I might just try to keep it to, 1 movie a week just so I have a shit ton of movies that I have doubles of. So, maybe I will do like 2 a night or something like that, or 2 every Monday or something along those lines. Who knows? But there's another steelbook that I picked up. I picked it up off eBay, and it was cheap enough. And, I still haven't seen it. I haven't sat down to watch the movie, but I thought the steelbook was cool, and it's a limited edition. It's the Train to Busan, I think it's called. It's a what do you want to call it? A zombie movie placed in which country was this in? I forget exactly what country was this based in, and it's not even telling me. It's not, well, Busan, I'm guessing. So anyway, this I did pick up. So the steelbook came in good condition. This is what I guess good condition steelbook looks like. And then, of course, like I said, is my Terrifier V-shaped steelbook. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully Epic Pictures gets back to me because it's dented to all hell. So hopefully they have extra copies, or I'm kind of up shit's creek. But anyway, so this is another movie up for grabs. Like I said, once I get enough people in here to talk movies and stuff, we'll start giving away movies and stuff. So like I said, either 1 or 2 or something like that. Like I said, I got a whole bunch of Blu-rays, horror related and stuff like that. Like I said, I got I'll show you the box of movies that I just have doubles of that I've been, kind of saving and collecting. This thing's full to the brim. So if you were wondering if I have any extra movies and stuff like that, there you go. Anyway, the other thing, like I said, I wanted to talk about was tomorrow night for the Dorkening, we will have Lloyd Kaufman on as a guest. We've had him on a few times. This will be his 3rd time on the show. We're trying to get this month because, of course, it is Halloween. It is, a time to celebrate horror movies. You know, not everyone watches horror movies all the time, which is a travesty, but a lot of people love to watch horror movies during, you know, like I said, during October, during the Halloween time, the Halloween feel. Everybody likes what's going on, Triborough. Like I said, everybody likes watching that. So tomorrow night will be Lloyd Kaufman on The Dorkening. So if you're interested, check us out 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. The other thing I was talking about was tomorrow officially starts the 31 Days Half October series, which I do on my YouTube channel every October, where I'll do 31 horror movie reviews in 31 days, and pretty much I stick to more independent stuff, and when I run out of that, I'll do other reviews as well, but I try to do it in alphabetical order for, you know, the whole time until I get from A to Z, and then I'll kind of mix and match and stuff like that. So that's what, you know, if you're interested, check that out. But yeah, what movies are you guys interested in, or what movies? I think the last live stream I did, we were talking about what movies you watched during this season. I know I gave my top 5 movies, which are pretty much a staple in my like the movies I watch all the time during October. Like I said, the top 5 were Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Trick or Treat, Ernest Scared Stupid, Hocus Pocus, and A Nightmare Before Christmas. What are some of your guys' stuff? And then, like I said, I got a whole bunch of movies, so the more people that come in, the more people that kind of talk and stuff, I'll, you know, get a feel of what movies I should give away. Heath B., what's up, everyone? What's going on? What horror film were you excited to see that let you down? If I had to choose a movie, now a lot of the times I used to try to build myself up, and then once I watch a movie, I was, you know, kind of let down. But a lot of what do you want to call it? Hereditary, to tell you the truth. I heard so much, not saying it's a bad movie, it's a little bit different than I'm used to. Definitely out of like the genre that I'm used to, but I was getting myself pumped up for Hereditary, and I guess it didn't live up to what I thought it was going to be. I want to see Midsummer, you know, even though they say, I mean, it's the same director, so it's kind of on the same lines as those, you know, the craziness, but I think Hereditary is the one that I built myself up for so much, and then kind of went down from there. What do you think about the new Joker movie? Been seeing previews for it. I think that was a question that came up last time. To tell you the truth, you know, it's going to be a little bit different. Every Joker has been completely different in the line of Jokers. You got Jack Nicholson, who played the Joker a little bit more, you know, loosey-goosey, I guess you want to call it. He was, you know, the crazy, the one that, you know, kind of brought jokingness to it. Then you had the Heath Ledger Joker that was a little bit, you know, different. Well, a lot of bit different, to tell you the truth. More serious, more crazy, more creepy. And now you have, what's his name? Joaquin Phoenix, who, you know, he'll bring another layer, another, you know, addition to the Joker. I said before, like superheroes and stuff like that wasn't my forte when I was growing up. The things I watched, instead of, you know, like Batman and Superman and stuff like that, I was watching, you know, Ninja Turtles and like the stuff from Disney, like Darkwing Duck and DuckTales and stuff like that. So, you know, I have my own opinions, but I wouldn't call myself a true blue, you know, superhero, DC, Marvel kind of fan at that point in time. So from the previews, it looks like it's, you know, like I said, going to be a different style, a different take on the Joker. So I guess we'll wait and see. Like I said, I've liked all of them so far. Even the old school, I forget, whoever played the Joker in the old school Batman series, you know, that was a different take on him as well. So from the previews, it looks like, you know, it's just going to be one of those creepy, crazy style. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, like I said, people keep on popping in and out. For those of you who are wondering, every Monday I'm going to try to do this, movie talk, whether it be I'm more of a horror fan, but I watch everything and anything. So if I get questions, I'll try to answer them the best I can. But every Monday, like I said, what I'm going to lead up to is talk about what movies probably I picked up, what movies I'm excited for. The other thing I'm going to talk about is I am part of a podcast called The Dorkening, where we have a guest, not every Tuesday, but most of the time. Sometimes we won't have a guest and we'll just have an open discussion, but it's called The Wicked Horror Show. So we have a horror movie guest, whether it be a actor, actress, director, producer, or anything like that. We'll have a guest on Tuesday night. This month, we're trying to get some bigger names. So tomorrow night, if you're interested, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we stream live on YouTube. We stream live on Facebook. We stream live on Twitch. And we stream live on Periscope. Tomorrow night, we will be talking to Lloyd Kaufman, who is the pretty much chief operator and stuff, the owner of Troma Video. So if you've ever seen Troma movies, they're out there, whether it be like Rabid Grannies or what's another one, Poultrygeist, or this guy right here, as I pull this down, good old Toxic Avenger, or the cartoon that actually, I didn't know it was movies beforehand. I grew up with the Toxic Crusaders, the cartoon back in the day, which in this in this set, it actually comes with the Toxic Crusaders. So if you remember this cartoon back in the day, that's what first introduced me into it. And then I realized that it was a collection of movies based off, the cartoon was based off the movies. So we've had Lloyd on a few times. So if you're interested, if you have questions or you want to learn about, the behind the scenes, feel free to come on and talk, because we have a live discussion, so you can ask questions and we try to answer them from there. So that's what I'm excited for. Like I said, tomorrow starts the 31 days, half October, but I know some of you are here. But I mean, Triborough knows it. What I want to do every Monday too is give away a movie. If it's one movie, if I have enough people, maybe 2 movies or whatever have you. I got a whole bunch of doubles that have been just sitting in my collection, because most of the time it's because if you haven't seen my unboxings, if you never heard of Horror Pack is a monthly subscription service. Look at this. I'm promoting it as I'm doing my live stream, where you can get 4 horror Blu-rays or 4 horror DVDs, or both if you want to just add to your collection. But a lot of the time, because this side of my collection is all my horror movies. I have horror DVDs in my closet, but this is all my horror Blu-rays, including this side over here. I got a whole bunch. So most of the time, I'll probably have 2 to 3 of the movies. The only reason I continue to get it is they have a Horror Pack exclusive, which is a movie that has never been released before. So they're kind of the release for it, whether it's only on DVD and it's never been released on Blu-ray, there'll be the Blu-ray release, or it's never been out and there'll be the DVD or Blu-ray, releaser, I guess you want to call it. So I got a whole bunch of movies in a box that is just sitting here. So why not give them away? Most of the time I thought I was going to sell them, but like I said, they've been sitting in my closet for about, a couple months. So why not? If people come in and enjoy themselves and watch and stuff, why not give movies away? We're all movie fans here. I'm guessing if you're, popping in and out just to check out, and talk about movies. So, why not share share what I have with everybody else. Like I said, I'm more of an independent collector. So I got movies that some people might not have heard of. So that's what I do on my channel, is try to promote more lesser known titles that don't get the promotion or the what do you want to call it, pretty much the promotion that some other ones do. I mean, if you guys want me to go through my whole box, wait till a little bit later. Like I said, most of the time I'm going to try to give a movie away at the end of the video, just because it'll give more people a chance to come in and feel or figure out what's going on, because I see like people coming in and out and in and out. So hopefully by the end of the video, you'll get more people around. So stick around and you'll have a chance to win something. So last live stream I did, I was talking, movies that I watch every Halloween or every October, should I say. So I think some people might be new in here. So what are some movies that you watch? Like I did the live stream. I have 5 movies that I watch on a constant every October. Unicorn Frenzy, what's going on? So like I said, people coming in and out, I'll repeat myself over and over and over again because people are going to be popping in and out. One of the headlines on this video is win a movie. So I will be giving a movie away every Monday. This will be an every Monday kind of live stream starting at 9 o'clock. Hopefully I can start 9 o'clock all the time, but I will be giving away movies as long as you stay. I see people popping in and out. So you win a chance to win a movie, then, just come hang out, talk movies, and, just have fun. So like I said, some people I think have their set movies that they watch all the time. People were talking and saying Friday the 13th or Texas Chainsaw Massacre or the Halloween movies or stuff like that. What are some of yours? I know Tri Burrow, he was here the last live stream, so I know what movies he, watches. So we got a few people in here. How about you guys? Worst horror film so far this year? Worst horror film this year. Now I got to try to go back into my thought process and realize what movies came out this year and which movies came out last. Let me look up on Google just so I can get a grasp of the horror movies that came out. Because there's some that some people might not have liked, but I did like. Like some people didn't like the one movie, the Banana Splits movie, which from most of the people I heard, they didn't like the movie whatsoever. But me, myself, I enjoyed it for what it was, to tell you the truth. So let me see. Horror movies 2019. And then I'll get a grasp of what movies were good and which ones weren't. Okay, let's see. Us, I enjoyed. I didn't see Annabelle. Child's Play wasn't too bad. Midsummer, haven't seen yet. Scary Stories, haven't seen yet. See, some of I used to watch The Prodigy. That one wasn't anything really to write home about. Some of these I haven't seen. The Boy 2, I didn't realize that's coming out. The Lodge, some of these haven't. I guess if you would call it a horror movie, The Dead Don't Die. I really didn't. Child's Play reboot, to tell you the truth, I did not mind that movie. Some people shit on it. Some people didn't like it. But to tell you the truth, Child's Play, it was a different telling, a different take on it. I kind of liked that they did that. The only thing that I kind of really didn't like is when movies kind of have just used the title of like the Ghostbusters movie from whenever that came out, 2016 or whatever. If they didn't use the title The Ghostbusters, I wouldn't have disliked it as much as I did. One of the reasons I disliked it was just because the jokes fell flat. They weren't funny. I mean, watching the Ghostbusters now, to tell you the truth, some of the jokes in, the original 2 aren't as funny as they used to be. I mean, there's some that are classic, but some of the jokes fall flat too. But the movies in the Ghostbuster, the one with the 4 female leads, they just fell flat for me. I didn't find it funny. I didn't laugh, I don't think, once in the movie. But, with the Child's Play, if they use something different, I don't know, if they called it like Chucky instead of Child's Play or something like that, maybe I wouldn't have liked it anymore. Wouldn't have minded as much. But to tell you the truth, the difference with it, because of the fact that, it's more updated to today's, way I guess you want to call it, instead of it being, a demon like possessed doll. It's now just because of technology that was a little bit different. The kills were actually uh, decent. They were better than some of the other Child's Play movies. Scariest movies to tell was decent, a good balance of scare and comedy from the teenage cast. To tell you the truth, that movie I was excited for. I haven't gone to the theaters in God knows how long, probably like close to 10 years. The last movie I saw in the theaters was the first Hobbit movie, and a couple reasons. One, it just costs way too much nowadays. Around me, it's like $15 to go and watch a movie, to sit down, and most of the time I'll get stuck between like in front of, or in back of, should I say, someone who's tall and I can't see the thing. Or nowadays everybody texts and talk and is on their phone all the time. Back in the day when it was like $8, I didn't mind it. I could deal with it. But now if I'm spending 15, $20 just to go watch a movie, that's before buying any refreshments or anything. I mean, half the time I sneak whatever I need to in the theater at that point in time. But nowadays it's just a little bit too much money to not have a good time. Scary Stories was one of the ones that had me inkling, maybe thinking of going to check it out, because I had all three of the books back in the day. I remember reading them, and just the pictures of the stories had me very intrigued. So when I found out they were making a movie about that, I'm like, it could be a really good thing. But cost me about $18 in Manhattan just to watch it. Yeah, like I said, if it was $8 like it used to be, and then like free on Tuesday nights or something like that, I wouldn't mind it. But it's just so much money to go. The only one that we have a few, probably about like 20 minutes from my house. It's a dine-in theater where you sit down, and it's more like I guess you would call it like a restaurant, not a restaurant feel, but pretty much instead of having a row of seats, you have like these booths. So you can sit down, you can eat. They have like reclining chairs and stuff like that. That's a little bit more expensive, but to tell you the truth, at that point in time, I wouldn't mind it as much, because then you're not right next to people that might be annoying. But from what I heard, it's almost like a Chili's or Applebee's or something like that, the food prices, and then the tickets just a little bit more. So I guess if I was going to go back to, check out a movie or something along those lines, that'll probably be what I would do, is go to one of those theaters. But like I said, nowadays it's just so much money, between like 15 and you were saying 18, just to go sit down and watch the movie. And like I said, you could stream it nowadays. I'm not a streamer, as you can tell. I'm more of a physical media collector. But if I wanted to go see a movie, and I could just pay the $12 to kind of sit down in the comfort of my own home and watch it that way. Not every movie is that early watch or now playing or whatever you want to call it. Like Vudu has a whole bunch of movies that they that they have streaming that are in the theaters at the time, I guess. Maybe I'll do it that way, but for the most part, in all my movies, I'm not too upset, or I don't mind too much if I have to sit down and wait on a lot of the, wait the month and a half, 2 months, that from the last showing in the theaters to when it's actually on physical media. I mean, back in the day when it used to take like a year, I remember I forget what movie it was, but there was one movie I was so excited for. I didn't see it in the theaters, and I'm like, oh, it's finally going to, come out on DVD. And it took like a year just to get from the last showing in the theaters to actual physical. That's when I was collecting DVDs at the time. So that was probably like, I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe like 8, 9, along those, because that's when I started collecting Blu-rays. But before that, I mean, now it's out of the theaters, and then it's on Blu-ray within 2 months, and then not even, maybe like a month and a half, then you have it, the whole full release. So nowadays I could just wait and then not worry about it. Name my 5 favorite villains. Okay, let's see. That might take a little bit of thinking. Um, I am a huge Disney fan. Not only am I a horror fan, but I'm a Disney fan as well. So I'm gonna have to throw some of those in there. Radigan from uh, what do you want to call it? The Great Mouse Detective. He's in there just because that's one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. Um, let's see who else. Victor Crowley is now up there. Probably Jason Voorhees. Um, those two, if I had to take, horror movie villains, I'll take them. Um, who else would I? Now, is this a villain that I want to see dead, or um, just you know someone who is a villain but is righteous in their villain ways? Because the other one is I can't even think of his name. I had it in my head. Hans Gruber um, from the diehards, because the more you listen and the more you watch the movie and stuff, you kind of feel for the guy a little bit, not fully kind of deal. But um who else? That's four. And then who would be my fifth evil person, fifth villain? um Actually, I'm going to take it back to Disney, because to tell you the truth, this will bring a whole nother style to it. The live action versions of the Disney movies have fell short in my eyes. I still haven't seen The Lion King. I heard really good things about it, but the other movies that came out and were live action kind of, you know, sucked in the simplest way of saying it or talking about it or whatever. The live versions have sucked. The only one that was different and I liked was the Maleficent. Was Hatchet was so underrated. I mean, it's all a lot of the lesser known movies, because in essence that is an independent horror movie. But the Hatchet series, all four of them, I mean, three kind of fell a little bit. First one was awesome. Second one kind of fell. I didn't like the second one as much as the first one. Third one kind of fell off. I didn't like the third one, and then Victor Crowley kind of brought it back. That one definitely had some of the weirdest and craziest kills. Phil's creepy videos. What's going on? SpongeBob SquarePants. Do you think movies and shows become too preachy? It depends on the movie. To tell you the truth, there are some that are, um, it'll a lot of the times too. Before I buy my movies or check my movies out, I'll look at the premise or like the plot of it. I'll go on IMDb and read about it beforehand, or I'll check the what do you want to call it? Trailer for the movie. So there's some, to tell you the truth, like the A24 movies. I enjoy them, but a lot of them now have a little bit too much, politics or stuff thrown into them that are a little bit too much. But nowadays, I if it's in it and I can enjoy the movie, I don't mind it as much. There's other ones that are a little bit too much over the top that I'm like, really didn't need that, but it's good enough. But I see where you're coming from. There's a lot of I love not love, but I see where you're coming with that. So yeah, Phil's creepy videos going on, and hopefully everyone's good in the chat. But for those of you who are new, who are here, this I'm going to try to do this every Monday. Going to try to talk movies, whether it's horror movies, whether it's anything. I know there's a lot of people that love movies as much as I do, so that's what I'm here for. Talk movies the whole time. Nights tomorrow, if you're interested, we're talking to Lloyd Kaufman, who is from Troma, who runs Troma and stuff. So tomorrow we're going to be talking to him. One thing I can't stand in movies is serious government or tech talk about like Michael Bay's Transformers. Yeah, nowadays everything. I mean, wherever you turn nowadays, it's all politics and government and all that stuff. So, I mean, as much as when I see a movie with too much of that stuff, I just go back. I revert to my old school movies and pop in something that I know has nothing to do with that. So, kind of takes whatever I was pissed off about said movie, and then I can just go and enjoy, my old school stuff. So that's why I have a mix, so much of a mix of the old school, movies that I can just sit down and I know I like and I love that, I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. And then, I'll pick up a new movie and check it out. I don't want to, not watch a movie because of said, if I know something has too much, politics in it or is too preachy, I'll still pick it up just to, support. But, sometimes it's just a little bit too over the top, and, that might be a one-time watch for me as opposed to, being something that I know I can pop in at any given time. There's a lot of movies nowadays that I enjoy watching, so I can watch it whenever. But yeah, I definitely agree that especially, the Transformers, what you're walking into at that given time. Now, do they have to keep it that way? Not as much, but like certain movies I know what I'm walking into before I watch it. But the other thing, like I was saying, Mondays from now on, for those of you who keep streaming in and coming in, talk movies. But then I know you probably read on the bottom, I want to give movies away. Whether it be one, if I, like I said, if I have enough people in the chat or in the live stream, if I get multiple people in here, over 10, something like that, maybe I'll give away 2 movies. But I got a whole bunch of movies that I have sitting here. 8 out of 10 times I know I like an animated movie like Shrek and Pixar without knowing the reviews. Yeah, nowadays, especially with Pixar stuff, even DreamWorks, to tell you the truth, I like the How to Train Your Dragon. I mean, that's also me being a kid at heart. I'm never gonna pass up a kids movie. If I'm gonna watch it, I'll enjoy it. There's some nowadays that are, you watch a kids movie and it has more adult jokes than some of the, movies that are supposed to be for adults, I guess you want to call it. But the Shrek movies, the How to Train Your Dragons, the what's other ones that I can watch all the time? Kung Fu Panda. I enjoy the Kung Fu Panda movies. Anything that Pixar has been, on point with, Moana is one I can watch nonstop. Coco is another really good one. Disney and Pixar combination, are really good. So I think you're right with any animated one, even this, to tell you the truth, it looks kind of but the Addams Family animated movie, I'll probably pick that up when it's on when it's out on physical media. Would I go and see it in the theaters? Probably not. And when I say probably not, I mean definitely not. But when it does come out on physical media, most likely I'll go ahead and swing and pick it up. Hotel Transylvania movies, I like those a whole lot. So I got a whole bunch of animated movies. Like I said, I am a kid at heart, so it kind of comes with the territory being a huge Disney fan. So on the one side, I'm a huge horror fan. On the other side, I like watching cartoons, and probably if you want to check it out, I put a whole my entire movie collection or my entire Blu-ray collection on my channel. So if you're interested in checking it out, it is 3 hours long, but you can just tell, the wide range of movies that I do collect, that I do watch, that I do check out, from, like I said, from the hardcore horror to literally almost every Disney movie that has been put out. I pretty much own, not on Blu-ray, but at least on DVD, I have them all. But, I love my, animated films as well. But I see a whole bunch of people popping in. So like I said, on the bottom of the video, I said movie talk. I said, other talk, but then I said giving a movie away. So like I said, the more people that pop in, the better chance you have. If you, talk and stuff, it'll be, that much better. I can feel what movies you kind of want. Born in 91, I think my very first movie I saw in the theaters was Space Jam. Okay. Only one I walked out on was Taken. Couldn't understand the Irish accent. Tell you the truth, I think the first movie I saw in the theater was the first Ninja Turtles movie. if I remember that correctly. I think the first movie I saw was the Ninja Turtles movie, and I have never walked out on a what movie am I going to give away tonight? Like I said, I got a whole box of them, so I'll let you guys choose. Maybe I'll pick like I don't know, maybe like a stack of 10 every time, and then let you guys choose which movie. Maybe I'll take the first 10 off my stack here, and then, like I said, I got a whole bunch. If you guys are interested, what is this? Saw 5, Shark Night. That's another one. If you guys want, Silent House. A lot of these aren't even opened. Silent House. The Town of Dreaded Sundown. That's a good one. The Visit, the M. Night Shyamalan movie. Woman in Black with the first one. The second one I didn't like as much. It was dark, and not like dark as like a crazy movie, but just the lighting of the movie was dark. So I didn't really like Woman in Black 2. I might have to rewatch it because I did like the first Woman in Black. Let's see what else I have in here. Season of the Witch, which I just took the Blu-ray packaging. This is the Blu-ray of it. It's just I needed a Blu-ray pack at the time. I was shipping a movie, so that Scar 3D. Like I said, a lot of these movies I don't even have open. The Black Panther. Look at that. That's one I have. Got a 4K from whatever. The Avengers. Howl. Like I said, I don't know if you guys want horror movies. I don't know if you guys want Dead and Tombstone. This is the first one, I believe. Yes, this is the first one. I do have the second one, which was given away last time. Let's see. Got a whole bunch of shit in here. Russell Madness, if you guys want, an not old school, like a new school kind of deal. Taylor Lautner in Abduction. I know you guys like Taylor Lautner. What a hunk. I should go. Everything is streaming on Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, etc. Yet Blu-rays are still being made. What's up with that? I mean, to tell you the truth, I am a physical media. Never going to change, to tell you the truth. I miss the old school Blockbuster days where you can go and you can, pick up a physical copy as opposed to, streaming it live. I just think there's no different way, like different feeling of picking up a movie, looking at it, reading the title, looking at the cover and stuff like that. So no matter what, I think me, myself, physical media will never die for me. I mean, eventually, most likely, everything's just going to turn streaming and stuff like that. And then, you're going to, just not have them anymore. But to tell you the truth, as long as it's around, I'm going to collect them. So do you use an app to keep track of your collection? If so, do you know how many you have? Yes, I use the Blu-ray. What is it called? Let me find out the exact name of the app. Just so the only thing you have to do with the app is just it's called My Movies by Blu-ray.com, and all you got to do is scan in. Probably not going to be able to see that. Definitely not. It's just blur, but it's called My Movies by Blu-ray.com. Scan in the thing, and right now it's telling me that I have 2,322 Blu-rays. In parentheses, 2,915. That's because, let's just say, let me pull this out just to show you what that means. Meaning, no, that's the wrong one. Maybe if I pull out the right one I'm talking about. This. Like, if I scan this thing in, it'll count as one movie, but in here there's 6 movies. I mean, it's on 2 different discs, but when I scan this into the app itself, it's going to count this as one, and then on the parentheses, it'll show that it'll have 6 movies in it. So physical, actual, like holders, I guess you want to call it. I got 2,200 or 2,300 in movies in general. I have 2,915 or whatever it was. I used to say I got physical because of special features, but I got to admit, digital has gotten better with including special features. That's one of the reasons too. And then I noticed on Vudu that They have the extra special features and stuff like that. But I'm just like I said, I'm a physical media collector. So no matter what, it's just gonna being able to hold it and pick it up is what's for me. Do you like this new every movie needs a universe fad or something you can do without? Um, to tell you the truth, I mean, it's interesting, I guess you want to call it. I mean, the Marvel universe, and now the what they were gonna do, even though the Mummy kind of screwed that up, they were gonna have a more updated horror movie, like the Universal Monsters was the from what do you want to call it, like Army of Darkness and the Evil Dead and stuff that was supposed to add him into the mix, which would have added a little more interesting wrinkle, even though the movie itself wasn't the greatest. Freddy versus Jason, for what it was, it was really cool. They made it a little bit too image. I mean, it could have been a lot better, but it would have been interesting to add that extra, horror movie icon in there. I prefer episodic shows because my short attention span can't handle a 2.5 hour commitment. I'm the opposite way around, to tell you the truth. There's only a few shows that I watch. The only shows that I watch like on a constant are The Walking Dead was one, because I could watch it like I never wanted to have to. I mean, it's a little bit different now with Netflix and like streaming and stuff like that. But before, where you had to certain show, if you got hooked to it, you'd have to be there. I don't know, every Tuesday at so and stuff like that. And it's just at that point in time, I couldn't see myself. Oh no, I missed an episode, and they didn't replay it, and then you have to wait, or you missed what was from the week before, kind of deal. But like The Walking Dead, every Sunday, and now it's kind of getting washed out and stuff, but every Sunday I'm home, so I would watch The Walking Dead, or Stranger Things on Netflix, where I can stream the shit out of it. Now I'm waiting for season 4 that just got announced, so that is one TV show, technically TV show, that I'll watch. American Horror Story, that one looks like it's getting picking up, and I'm home Wednesday night, so maybe that one's another one that I could watch and stuff like that. What else? Like I said, besides that, it was the old school cartoon shows that I used to watch, like the stuff from Disney, whether it be Darkwing Duck or DuckTales, or I got everything up in the top part is all my old school. That's like my childhood right there. Full House is up there. I got Family Matters. I got like those TV shows are what I used to watch all the time. You got the movie Motel Hell? I do. It's over. The only thing is I was late to the party with the Scream Factory collector's edition, so I do not own the cover, the slip cover of it, which I'm kind of what is it? So got Motel Hell here. Like I said, I did not get the slipcover to the movie, but I own a bunch of the what do you want to call it? The old, not old, but Scream Factory editions. You ever seen the original pilot for Full House? I believe on one of the I believe on the first DVD season, I guess you want to call it, I think one of the special features was the pilot, but I don't remember watching it, to tell you the truth. I think one of the special features was that. I'm not going to try to pull it out because that whole section is kind of screwed up right now. So if I try to pull it out, everything's just going to fall over the place. But I believe, if don't quote me on it, but one of the special features. The other thing, those are the I didn't see the actual box set, but back in the day, the one box set I always wanted, but by the time I went to go find it, it was way too much money for the Full House thing. It had the house itself, where you would pull the roof off, and then it would have all the seasons. I don't remember if it was like season by season like that. because I've never seen it in like person. But yes, the house. So I don't, like I said, I don't remember if it was season by season in the house or if it was just like what it looked like. But that was the one thing that I always wanted. But then by the time I, knew about it, it was like a couple $100, and I'm just like, forget that. I'm not going to. The only other thing that I always wanted to was I get the second release that was just cardboard. Yeah. Then as they realized how popular it was, and then they kind of just kind of made it as cheap as they can. So then the price dropped a little bit, but then it was just like it's not the same quality. The only other thing I wanted for the longest time, and I never got it, and then they re-released it. I don't know if it's a second generation or if it's the same as the first one, but it was the Ninja Turtles cartoon in a turtle van where you would pull the top of the van off. I don't know. It's kind of shoddy, I guess you want to call it, but the discs are just kind of stuck in there with, I don't even know if you would call it styrofoam or whatever, but the discs are just kind of placed in there, which is pretty cool. It actually moves. But that was one thing I remember back in the day. I'm like, I'm never going to get this thing. Like, I was never really into all those big collector's editions until I realized that you could, they're now 500,000 times. The Turtles set was on my wish list for years. Yeah, like I said, for the longest time too, that was a couple $100, and then for out of nowhere, it kind of went on sale, and I think I bought it for not even like $30, and I'm like, I gotta get this. I mean, if I go and dig somewhere, I believe actually it's right over there. I'll show you guys. Just give me 1 second. Don't leave too much, but I'll show you. I will be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Here it is. But this is the collection right here. Like I said, I think it came to like, I don't know what it's worth now on Amazon, but I think it was no more than, let me see. They got it from Best Buy. Now, I don't remember how much it cost, but like I said, I'll show you what the actual set consists of. So you take that out. So it actually does have like moving wheels. So if you just wanted to roll it down the, steps for some reason. But like I said, it's not really the most sturdy of packaging, but at least this way, because for some reason they would release series or volumes, and it just never freaking, I never found every single thing, because they would release this a season, and then it would get released in a volume, and then they would have a special edition like pizza pack, which I remember one time, but that only had like 20 episodes on it and whatever. But yeah, it's just having every single one in one little traveling case, I guess you want to call it. When I saw the price for it, I'm like, I can't pass this up now, because so many times beforehand I passed it up. So that's your little Ninja Turtles cat. Like I said, if I had enough room, I'd just show you. It kind of moves, actually. If I push it hard enough, you can get it pretty quick. Believe it or not, I got a complete series of King of Queens for 50 cents at a flea market last week. Best deal ever. Yeah, nowadays, we were talking right before, SpongeBob was saying, now everything is going digital and everything. Nowadays, you could probably find some of the, especially at swap meets and stuff, you could probably find so much stuff for so much cheaper, because, physical media is going to be a thing of the past. As much as I don't want it to, or think that it won't, nowadays everything is turning digital, I guess you want to call it. But for collectors like me, collectors, everyone here, I'm guessing, is some kind of collector, whether it is, a um, physical media, or it is digital, or it is whatever. Everybody's a film fan, everybody's a movie fan. So, whether it is digital or it is physical, they're getting bought some kind of way. But nowadays, going to flea markets, it's either some people don't know what they have, or they don't care what they have, or another man's trash is another person's gold kind of deal. Some people just oh, this is a on DVDs. Unless it's a out of print DVD, a lot of them you could find for so much cheaper. Um, Found this random box set of Friends for half price that was in a glass case for $2.99, but when I brought it up to the purchase, it was a mistake and raised it to $2.50. Yeah, well, at that point in time, I'd be like, hey, look, I remember one time back in the day. This is when Blockbuster used to do that. That's when I first started collecting my movies. When Blockbuster was around, and you would buy the 4 movies for $20 or whatever it is. So I remember the one time they had the special edition of the what is it? Lord of the Rings. They had the 3 special editions where it was the bigger box set and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, and it was I see a couple people in here. Nintendo 2019, Triborough Gigolo, $2.50 for Friends. They're bugging, and it was DVD. I actually bought the Friends Blu-ray set back in the day for, I think, $50 on Amazon. They had it for one time, so I'm like, let me snag that up. It's a big set. But anyway, with the Blockbuster back in the day, they had the Lord of the Rings extended editions, the whole style, whatever you want to call it. And when I brought it up, they're like, I think that goes by disc. So the 4 discs that'll be in there, that will be $20. I'm like, just ring it up and see what happens. So they had all 3 of the extended editions, and they, when they rung everything up, it counted as one DVD, like the regular price. So I got all 3 editions of the extended versions and another DVD for $20. And I'm like, there you go. That was probably one of my, better pickups. The other one, I got a movie for free from my buddy who was giving it away. Thoughts on the new Chucky remake movie? We were talking about that before. To tell you the truth, I dug it more than I thought I was going to. I didn't go to the theaters to see it. But to tell you the truth, for what it was a little bit different. It was a different take. It wasn't a direct remake or reboot. But to tell you the truth, I dug it more than I thought I was going to. It was definitely one that what I thought I was going to hate it, but it didn't. I didn't even put it away yet. I got so many movies I got to put away, but right there, it was different enough where it was its own standalone movie, I guess you want to call it. It's not a possessed doll, but it is it's a new style, new technology. The death scenes were actually pretty cool. There was a couple that I was very impressed with. The ending was actually pretty cool in the mall. Spoiler if everyone hasn't seen it yet, but yeah, it was definitely better than I thought it was going to be. We are going about an hour. So at the hour mark, since we got enough people in here and you're all conversating and stuff, like I said, on the movie thing, I will give a free movie away. And what I'll do is I'll everybody that comments that wants to be a part of it, just say in, and then I'll write down everybody's name. And since we have like 6 people here, I'll do one of those as I'm going. I'll make one of those charts or whatever you want to call it, and we'll give away a movie. What kind of movie am I giving away? Like I said, I got a whole bunch that what do you guys want? Do you guys want a horror movie, or do you guys want a non-horror movie? So I'll let you guys choose. The more votes will we'll go with that, and then I'll hold up a few, and we'll see what movie you guys want. Well, I guess since the last time there was only two people in here, so they won just whatever movies I had, I gave them the chance. So let me know what you guys want, and whether it's horror movie because it is October tomorrow, or if it's a okay. So got one vote for horror movie. Okay, we got a second one for horror. We got 5 people in here. Okay, so 2 out of the 5 are horror. So we need one more for horror or another for. Okay, there you go. So we got a horror movie. So let's see. I'll hold up 10 movies, and then you guys let me know which one you guys are fighting for. Let me go through it. I'll just pick 10 random ones. Okay, we got that one, that one, that one. Well, actually, I wouldn't call that horror. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Aren't you guys amazed at my counting? I did go to 3rd grade, so. Let's see. I'm going to go through the rest over here. All right, I'll throw that one in there because some people might like that one. Okay. So, let's see. You got Hold Your Breath, Dylan Dog, Day and Night, The Babadook. This is the Scream Factory one. Has no slipcover, but Howl. It's a werewolf movie. Scar 3D. Actually, I guess whoever wins can kind of pick whatever. Woman in Black, Saw 5, Shark Night, Silent House, Town of Dreaded Sundown, The Visit. Like I said, I'll let whoever wants, whoever wins, I'll let you guys pick. When did I realize I was a collector? I guess once I started watching YouTube and like the 2 people that were, showing off the movies, whether it be Cool Dude or Wet Movie 1 or whatever, when people, like thousands of people were viewing them and, how many movies do you have? And at that point in time, I started with my mom used to buy the old school Disney VHSs. So when she had every single VHS and people were asking to borrow them, that is when I realized that maybe not everyone did what I did or had as many movies as I did. And then I guess once I got into, because I started in high school, so that was 16, 17 years ago is when I, first started buying DVDs and then purchasing, went from DVDs to Blu-rays to stuff like that. Probably I realized, at that point in time, I become a collector probably, a couple years in, 4 or 5 years in when, I'd have 1,000 DVDs, 1,200, and then that 1,200 turned to, I think I have like 4,500 DVDs and then another 2,000 Blu-rays. So probably in essence, my collection's around, 7,500 movies. So at that point in time, it was, kind of clear and present. I'm like, this is what I'm going to do. Have you ever get into the X-Files? I got the whole box set. Speaking of that, this was one of my latest purchases because on Amazon they had this for about $100, and I'm like, why not? So I picked up the X-Files, the what is this? The event series. It's called. It says all the episodes, all the seasons, including the first of the new ones. So it was the like if I pull this out, it's got all the seasons in here. Like I said, including the one newest one. I think there was a second season for the new ones. This didn't have that, but for the most part, it has pretty much everything. I would watch it. I wouldn't call myself a gigantic X-Files fan, but you know, I would watch episodes here and there. Um, I wasn't like a, you know, every episode or didn't see every episode, but for the ones I did watch, I did enjoy. So when I saw it for the price that it was, I'm like, yeah, let me jump on it now and pick it up. So, like I said, it is at the hour mark, so that's when I'm gonna give a chance for the movie. If this goes long enough, if it goes 2 hours, if you guys are interested in it, maybe I'll give a second movie away. So just say, I'm guessing everyone here is in, so just say in as I set up the like I said, I'm going to do the item or randomizer, I guess you want to call it. Let's see, have you ever seen the movie Wolf Creek TV series? I have not. I've seen the movie Wolf Creek, but I've never seen the TV series. I just bought season 1 yesterday for $6 at my local store. I have not watched it yet. That I have not seen. I've seen, like I said, I've seen the movies. I've never seen the actual TV series. We were talking before. I'm more of a movie fan than a series fan or TV show fan. But at that point in time, if it's good enough, like I said, I'm picking up the American Horror Story. I have all the American Horror Stories. Didn't watch all of them. The only one that I really got into was Freak Show, and now this 1984 looks like it's going to be promising. So let me just put everybody's name into this little name or random name generator. Let's see if anybody. Yep. So. Okay, well, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's see. I guess I picked the wrong one. Let's see. Try again. Talk amongst yourselves when I'm trying to figure this. What the hell? When I'm trying to figure this. What the hell? Sorry, this got a little boring, but I'm in mind of giving away. I bought a few things just to have at that point in time. But some movies I get to review from a few different places, and but that app helps for is what do you want to call it? Not having to know or remember what movies I already did have and which ones I didn't have. So at that point in time, it was, if I didn't remember, most of the time I remember every movie that I do have. But Goodwills in my area suck. I'm always coming across bootlegs. Yeah, half the time I have movies. It's all generic movies that I always have. I think once or twice I found something that was actually somewhat worth something and something I didn't have in my collection. But most of the time it's the same stuff over and over and over again. So I got 4 of you. There is a 5th person in here. I just don't remember who else was in here that wanted in. Now there's 6 people. So if you want in for a free movie, you just joined, let me know. Just say in. I got 4 of you guys in there. If you want in, you got 10 seconds. So if you want in for a free movie, say it or forever hold your peace, and then it's only 4 people. So very simple. Just type in. I'll give you 30 seconds at 107:30. Then the names are gonna. Hopefully, it's a uh, this site that I'm on is actually doing what it's meant to, and it'll actually work. Watch me do it, and my whole computer blows up. But you got 7 seconds for anybody else who wants in. Okay, so it's for you guys without screwing this up. Okay, is now moving. All right, so this is my computer screen. Let me see. Okay, that is gnarly. That's weird looking. So let me see if I go here. No, I can't even tell. No, I saw it. Okay, that's like. So let me see if I start this. No, just pick a random name. Okay, so I got your names there, and you have one. Hopefully, you guys saw that. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but like I said, this is very trippy and gnarly. But anyway, since you saw it, no trickery, no camera foolery or anything like that. Right now, Heath, you have won the whatever movie you want. Like I said, if you don't see anything you want here, let me know and I'll dig deeper into the box of never-ending movies. Howl, The Babadook, Dylan Dog, Day of Night, or what is that? Dead of Night, not Day of Night. Hold Your Breath, The Visit, The Town That Dreaded Sundown, Silent House, Shark Night, Saw 5, Woman in Black, Scar 3D. Any of those, float your boat? Any of those, tickle your fancy? Or is that the right word? Look at that. As I dropped the box, it kind of fell apart. Look at that. They don't make stuff like they used to anymore. Kind of actually pissed about that. Maybe if you can, might have to tape this shit together. Look at that. The thing was in here, would have broken into pieces. My luck today. You see? You want to see my luck? For those of you who weren't here before, I got so excited. Where the hell did I put it? I got so excited to get the one movie. If you've never seen Terrifier, Scar 3D looks cool. All right, so if you have Instagram, no, rest in peace, Turtles box. Yes, I broke it. Heath, if you have Instagram, probably easiest way to do it is to look up Tony's Movies. That's my Instagram. Just send me your address, and I'll be sure to send it out. So that's the way I did it before. If not, let me know if you don't have a Instagram, and I'll send you my email, and then you can send me your address from there. So anyway, like I said, look, I ordered the Terrifier Blu-ray, the Steelbook, really cool looking edition. I get it in the mail, and the people in the mail, took very good care of this. Let me just say, if I wanted a V case, this would have been perfect. But the dent is, I could probably take this and I can just take it and fold it right in half if I wanted to. But that's what I got today. So not only did my turtle box break up, but it's custom bent. Yeah, it's what I always wanted. I told them to make it extra bendy, and that's what they sent me. So I'm not blaming them. I'm guessing The only thing is, when I got it from Epic Pictures, every other movie that I got from them was in a box, like a little tight knit box. This one came in those manila folders that you get from Amazon and stuff. So I'm guessing wherever they sent it through or sent it from, just like, oh, okay. I used to work at UPS back in the day, and some people would just take boxes and throw them and stuff like that. So I'm guessing that's what happened with this. So nice looking steelbook, I'll tell you that much. If it was straight, it would be perfect. But again, the back is pretty cool. If you've never seen the movie, just say this is part of it. I don't know if well, they covered it enough, so I guess it can't be flagged too much on Facebook for this thing or YouTube for this. But yeah, I was so excited. I knew it was coming. I got the email on Saturday saying it was sent. I'm like, I can't wait. Get home, and I'm just like, of course, this is my life at this point in time. A nice, like I said, if I wanted to, I could just fold this thing right in half, but it's dented enough. But what could you do? So let me. So Scar 3D is the movie that Heath picked. It's a great Halloween themed movie. Yes, it is. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's definitely one to check out for sure. It's part of the. I'll explain a little bit too. It's part of the Dread Central series. Epic Pictures is putting out a series of movies. It's Dread Presents, Dread Central. Now, me being the completist and the collector I am, Terrifier is actually number, I think, 2 out of the... yes, number 2. Right now, there's 20 movies put out by Epic Pictures. Terrifier is number 2. Anyway, little sneak peek. Tomorrow starts my 31 Days Hath October series, where I'm going to be doing 31 horror movie reviews in 31 days. One horror movie review for the entire month of October. The one movie from that series will be my number 1. So if you're watching this now, if you're watching this after it goes live, then Arctic, I believe that's how you say it, but this movie right here will be my first movie I'm reviewing. But Arctic, I believe is how it's pronounced. So that'll be my first episode, the first review, the first part of 30 Days Hath October. So if you're interested, guys, check that out for the entire month. You'll probably see movies you've never heard of before or never thought were, I was about to say thought were pie. Well, some of them, to tell you the truth. A lot of the movies I have in my collection, there's some that I'm just like, I would have never thought that was a movie. But those are the kind of movies that I'll remember for, a long time. Nowadays, movies just kind of roll into each other. There's some movies out there that are just completely ridiculous that I'm like, I'm never going to forget this thing. But that's number 1, in case you were wondering. But yeah, like he was saying, it is definitely a awesome movie for the Halloween season. Like I said, I got a whole endless box of movies. So in case you were wondering, what other movies I can give away, I got enough for a while. Sharknado was another one. So, but Scar 3D, like I said, who knows? If you're interested, I'll keep this going for longer, and maybe at the 2-hour mark, what's in the box. I used to do that. That was one of my like if I bought a whole bunch of movies from Amazon, that would be the what do you call it? The is that a quote, or do you actually want to see everything that I do have in the box? So let me know. I'm going to take a sip of water because I've been talking for a while and my throat is kind of parched. Both. Okay, so for future reference and for future, Monday movie giveaways, so everybody knows. I'm sure it'll grow at some point in time, but let's see what else I have in the everlasting box over here. So I'll give you the option, Heath, if you see something else in here that you might want horror related, because we did pick horror for it. I'll let you switch your movie if you're interested. Sharknado. This, because I did pick up the steelbook of it. See, this one came in perfect. So I picked up the Train to Busan, the limited edition Blu-ray. This one looked pretty cool. So because I got that, I don't need this. The actual Train to Busan. Finding Dory. I got a second one of this. Civil War, the Marvel, what do you want to call it? Captain America Civil War, Wrong Turn 5. Better Call Saul Season 1. That was going to be a giveaway. Sharknado 2. The Apparition. Good film. I don't know which. I missed the one that you were saying, Triborough, so I don't know which one you meant. Home Alone, the 1 and 2, little box set there. Maze Runner. I bought the steel book of all three of them. Another version of Russell Madness. I was giving away. I found all those Russell Madness and a couple of them from my local Dollar Tree. So I bought up a whole bunch of them, and I was giving away the digital codes for free whenever someone bought something from me. Let me see as I try to put some of these away. What else do I have here? Cabin in the Woods. That one's a pretty good horror flick if you haven't seen it. Before I Go to Sleep. That's another one. That was pretty good. This one's actually, lesser known. The Barber. That one's pretty good. Chrome Skull. This is the second one, I believe. Laid to Rest 2. If you've never seen Laid to Rest, this one wasn't that good. I liked Laid to Rest. That one wasn't that good. Cult of Chucky with the little lenticular cover. Two of the Star Wars movies. Star Wars Last Jedi and Star Wars Rogue One. Speaking of Jungle Book, the live action version, Train to Busan. Okay, that's the one you were talking about. Pitch Perfect. Not gonna lie, I like these movies. Pitch Perfect 1, 2, and 3. I did Pitch Perfect and then Pitch Perfect 2. I bought a 3-pack of Pitch Perfect, so that's why I have that. What else do I have here? Alvin and the Chipmunk Road Chip. Paranorman. Talk about, what do you want to call it? Cartoons and animated movies. I enjoyed this one if you've never seen that. 2 versions of Paranoia. I never knew they had two different covers, so that was pretty cool. 2 different cover arts. What else is in here? Back to the Future 3 set. This is the 25th anniversary. Then they came out with the 30th anniversary, which I picked up. Do I have Facebook Messenger? Yes. Just look up Tony Cordero. You'll see a picture of this ugly mug, so then you can find it there, and then you can send it. Or, yeah, just look up Tony Cordero. I'll see if I can just get my... let's see if I go here. I don't know if this is going to copy. I don't know if this is going to send you to me, send you directly to me, or somehow, but see if that works for you, Heath. And then you can send me a message. The 2 Guardians of the Galaxy movies, the first one and the second one. Now we're getting into a little uh, Toy Story Time Forgot, the first Frozen, Into the Woods, Christmas Horror Story, and Curse of Chucky. So I got about like 40 movies in this box here. So like I said, there's more probably floating around somewhere, but those are the movies that I had doubles of or have just been sitting in my collection for the longest time. That, like I said, I was going to give them away. So this would probably be, the easiest way to do it. Like I said, every Monday I'll be giving away some movies. So, whereas one is Scar 3D, so let me find it again. I'm gonna have to fix that box, but there is your the movie Scar 3D. So, like I said, just see if that works. See if that link works. Send me your address, and I'll find some time, probably tomorrow, right before work or right after work, to send you the movie. So, like I said, if it goes 2 hours, maybe I'll give a second movie away, and if people are around long enough. How do I go about giving away the movies? Well, you missed it, I guess. Yeah. What I did before was anybody that said they were in, if you look up in the comments, I said, who wants in? They said they were in, and I did a random name generator, and I gave it away. The Town That Dreaded Sundown. So if, if the time elapses, if you guys want to go for a second hour, then I'll do it again. You just tell me you want in, and I'll go ahead and do it again, so you can have a chance to win. So we'll do a giveaway every hour on the hour, and then if we have enough people in here, we'll do it. If I get enough comments, we have enough to talk about for the couple hours, we'll do that. Like I said, every Monday, I'm going to be doing this every Monday. So if it's an hour thing, if it's a 2 hour thing, if it's, I don't know how long I'll go because I got work early in the morning, but we'll see. We'll see if we have enough to talk about, or we get enough fanfare or whatever. While I have some of you guys in here tomorrow, if you're interested, because I know most of you who are sitting in here probably have a somewhat liking of movies. If you're interested, if you ever seen Troma movies, and you know who Lloyd Kaufman is, tomorrow me and a few guys from the Dorkening will be interviewing Lloyd Kaufman for probably about an hour. So if you're interested in, asking questions or listening to what he has to say or finding out about Troma or anything like that, tune into the Dorkening, and you could see us live tomorrow. Yeah, missed it, got in late. So like I said, maybe every hour on the hour, like I said, I'll write down everybody's names, and I'll did the random name generator or whatever, and whoever it said the winner won it. So Heath won the first one. So like I said, it's looking, probably I'll do it for another hour, so we'll give another one away. What is your favorite horror franchise? Excluded Friday the 13th, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street. I definitely do dig the what do you want to call it? The Hatchet films. I definitely dig that. But if I had to choose, one of my favorites, I'll have to go with this, because a lot of them, they were my childhood favorites, just because they were, especially at that point in time, they were more funny than scary. But the Critters collection, if you haven't seen this, the Critters box set, all four movies. I remember seeing the first two and loving them. Don't remember the other ones as much, but they do have the third one. For some reason on here it doesn't show it, but on the DVD it has. I think it's Leonardo DiCaprio's first. Let me see what else. I watched the first two movies of this and didn't realize there was two other. But the House collection is pretty good too. If you've never seen those. Um, is there a Disney sequel you wish they made? Probably Pete's Dragon. I don't know how they would make a second Pete's Dragon, seeing that they kind of ended it, I guess, the best way they could. And then they made that god awful, live action version of it. But to tell you the truth, at that point in time, probably if I had to choose that, or like I was saying before, one of my favorite villains was Ratigan from The Great Mouse Detective. Probably if they made a sequel to that, that would have probably been cool. Like send him on a different adventure or something like that. I probably would have dug that. Um, what else? As I'm looking through, I mean, for the most part, then the more sequels they made, like Cinderella and 101 Dalmatians, and what do you want to call it? The Aladdins. They kind of got worse and worse as they went along. So there's some that were, kind of crappy. But I guess in essence, if there was one movie, it would either be Pete's Dragon or The Great Mouse Detective. If you had to choose one. Favorite hottest actress in horror movies, name three. Um, Danielle Harris is definitely up there for really good looking girls. Um, who else? Catherine Isabel from American Mary, which I gave to Triborough Gigolo. Who else? She was in the Ginger Snap movies and See No Evil, so she's definitely up there. Who else is really good looking in horror films? I mean, now is it a one-off kind of deal? Like, because there's some movies that have, a not technical horror actress. Like Sarah Paxton was in a few movies that you wouldn't really call her a horror. It's like a scream queen, but she was in a horror movie. She was in one she was really good. We interviewed Lauren Compton, who's a very beautiful woman. She was in Attack of the Killer Donuts, and she was in Clown Town. She's a really good looking girl. Christy Ray from Pieces of Talent. I mean, I could list, the list goes on and on. There's very good looking. You just got a lot of like I said, a lot of the movies that we interview like people from are lower. Attack of the Killer Donuts, yes. If you look, it's almost like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, but it's Attack of the Killer Donuts. Yep. If you look it up, that was one of the latest movies she was in. I don't think it's I don't have a physical copy of it, but if you look, it's streaming. Let me see if I'll find the link to the am I making a second one?